guys, it is 9:10. We are off the ship. We're sitting in line waiting to pay for parking. We have to go back in and pick up my parents. So the way the Faster to the Fun worked.
Oh, sir.
Oh.
I'll wait till they're done talking.
Please wait.
102.
So it was $102 for a 5-night cruise.
Please wait. Please drive safely.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you. So it was $102 for parking for a 5-night cruise. Anyway, the way it worked is we put our luggage out, we tagged it with the special tags they gave us, and then we went up and we had breakfast, and we had plenty of time. It was very leisurely, and we went to the Mikado Theater at 8:45, and promptly at 8:45, we were there actually at 8:35. Promptly at 8:45, the crew member came in and took us, just let us out, and all he did was he put us into the line, but he circumvented it, right? He got away from the long line into the ship, and he put us towards the door. So then our luggage, it is with Faster to the Fun only, but there's a lot. So there was 5 zones with tables and luggage, and one of our bags was not in zone 4 where it should have been. It was just, oh, there was 2 zone 4s.
Which they didn't mark.
Yeah, it wasn't marked, so I didn't realize there was 2 zone 4s. So anyway, if we had known there was 2 zone 4s, honestly, we would have found our luggage like that. Of course, we can see my big bag. We saw it before we got there, and then it just took a little bit of looking, and we found the other bag. And there are crew members, well, security standing there waiting to help you if you can't find your bag. So yeah, so I guess it took us 25 minutes from the time we got into Mikado, actually 30 minutes, because we were 5 minutes early, from the time we got into Mikado until we got out. And we've left my parents here, and we've gone and picked up the car. Oh, and also use a porter, because if you use a porter, they have a special porter lane, and it's kind of like an express lane. You don't have to wait in the long line. And there was a long line. You know, there's usually a long line for customs, but if you use a porter, there's pretty much no line, and you just go right through. So use a porter, it's worth it. Pay him a few bucks per bag. We gave him $10. I thought that my parents were going to give him some, but my parents were so far behind us that he ended up only getting his $10. But you know what? I don't think he had 5 bags, so that should be good. Anyway, so yeah, that's what you'll do. That's what you'll do. Now we are driving home. Gonna stop for some coffee. You know that. You're not surprised. It was a good cruise. I will tell you more about it in another video in the next couple of days. I say that now, but it's probably already happened. All right, guys. Funny thing, 2 people from our group sat down next to us at breakfast. That was cool. And then as we were dropping my parents off, a whole crowd of people from our group were getting a shuttle right next to us. Like, how does this keep happening, that we just happen, out of a couple thousand people, we just happen to sit next to you in a crowded restaurant and stand next to you in a shuttle line? How does that happen? I guess we were meant to say goodbye again. So it was fun. I'll tell you more about it later. See you soon. Hi there.
Hey ho, neighbor.
It's Doug and Christine. So we just got back from the cruise, and we don't have a lot of battery left. Look, so we better get on with this. I thought that we would just say our thoughts on the cruise now that it's over and we are home. Doug wants to go first.
Oh, he does.
You don't?
Not particularly.
Huh. All right.
It's a nice cruise.
It was a nice cruise. It was a nice cruise.
It's an old ship.
Old ship. Clean.
Clean. Old
But
ship.
old.
Mediocre food.
Yeah. Mediocre. That's true.
Mediocre service.
Um,
In some parts. Other parts was great.
Godfrey was amazing.
Yes, he was amazing.
Deanne, or however you say our steward's name, was very good.
Cabin steward was very good.
Yeah. Godfrey was great. He was our server at night. And now there's just one server. By the end, though, he had a helper.
He had a helper.
But in the beginning, it was just him. And, usually there's a beverage server and then the main server and his assistant. 3 people. He was doing it all, beverage and everything.
Although his card said he had 3 people.
Yeah, so maybe it was just something different for him for this week. Maybe he was short somebody. But he was great. He was great. I have some footage of him dancing in here. Okay, we're back. The battery died. So yeah, Godfrey was great. I have footage of him dancing the last night of the trip. I mean, he danced the first or second night.
Second, I think.
Yeah, but I have footage of last night. He was very good. I really have to say, if you are on Elation and you have a chance to meet Godfrey, do it. I mean, I know you can't really pick your server, but he's good. If you get him, you're lucky. So you said food was mediocre, service was mediocre, except for a few people. I mean, in my opinion, service was good, but there were some that was exceptional.
I'm just like most of the ships. If you sit down in the bar area, somebody is right there to see if you need a drink. We sat there for 20 minutes.
Okay, that is true, and it happened almost in every bar. That's true. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that, but he's not wrong. What do you think of the cabin?
Clean, small, lacking a chair.
Yeah. That was something that...
Like the window, like the balcony.
Let's talk about the chair.
That's what?
Let's talk about the chair being missing.
Let's talk about the chair.
So when he says it was missing a chair, there was a hole between the bed and the wall that could have easily held a chair and an ottoman. There was no chair or small sofa.
There was a stool underneath where the mirror is that you could have pulled out to sit on.
Yeah.
It was a small stool, footstool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Battery sat on the bed.
Yeah, and there was a space where they could have put a chair. But they didn't. So we thought that was a little odd. Because the bed was hard to sit on. You really couldn't. You had to lay. Because it was soft. It was a good bed. Did you like the bed?
It was comfortable.
Yeah, it was comfortable. Okay. So the ship was, and it was small. It was a small ship.
Very small ship.
It was. And very dark. Right? The atrium, even though it had that huge skylight up on top.
Yeah, well.
Right, because all the wood was really dark. And it had those orange lights.
Yeah, it had the Halloween type get up, so
yeah.
it was darker than it might have been normally, but
Yeah. We don't know what it looked like every other, day of the year. Because we were there at Halloween. And it just was very dark. Our cabin was right off the atrium. Like what, 4 maybe? Maybe 7. 7 might have been more than 7.
Probably 8.
8. Yeah. So it was close to the atrium.
Yet it was quiet.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. Here's something that was interesting. Say if you disagree. So when you were laying in the bed, it was pretty quiet. Now, unless people were really loud, which happened a few times. But it was pretty quiet. If you went in the bathroom, it was like there was no wall. It was like you were right in the hallway with everybody. I could hear the cabin stewards quietly talking on the other side of the wall when I was in the bathroom.
I have horrible hearing, so no, I couldn't.
That's true. Okay. He does have bad hearing, so I guess he doesn't agree with me because he really couldn't hear.
I mean, you could hear, but I mean, I couldn't hear people talking unless they were being
Talking.
stupid out in the hall.
Oh, no, the bathroom. Yeah, yeah, the bathroom was very small. Um, he he thought it was exceptionally small around the toilet area.
Wasn't a whole lot of room around the toilet area.
Yeah. Shower was normal. It was just a normal size. I did a cabin tour, so you saw it. I don't know how much time I spent on the bathroom because there really wasn't a lot to show. It was a toilet, a sink, and a shower, and the sink had no storage space. It was just it wasn't a vanity. It was just a sink. What else? The AC was good. AC worked good. There were a few issues on the ship. And and maybe you don't know, but recently Elation has missed ports because of maintenance issues. And we did not miss a port, but one day we came back, and it was the second port day from Grand Turk. We came back, and I told Doug, number one, there were a lot of maintenance guys walking on the inside of the ship, just everywhere. And then we walked out of our cabin, and there was flashing lights at the end of our hallway. And I told Doug, isn't that like those emergency lights that flash when there's something wrong, like if you had to go to your lifeboats at night? And he said, yeah, that might be. Well, and that was it. We just left. And then we met one of our group, and he said that, well, I did. Doug was not with me. But he said that he had gone, after he got back from port, he had walked on deck 6 to go into his cabin, and there was a bunch of maintenance guys down there, and they said, no, you can't come down here right now. Sorry. You need to go somewhere else. And I told him, I'm like, wow, that's great customer service to tell you just to go somewhere else. But he said that there was smoke in the hall. I'm like, oh, that's not good.
And other people said that power went out over the entire ship.
Yes.
And then,
at the same time.
And then kind of came on sporadically.
And the captain did come on and say, thank you for your patience. We've lost power, or shut it down or something. So something happened, and we all got the impression, because of what happened with the member of our group, that there was a fire. Don't start any rumors, people. We don't know that.
Could have been some transformer or something.
Yeah. I mean, we don't know. We just, bunch of hearsay. But don't say that I said there was a fire. I didn't say that. I said that's what we were thinking, though. But nobody ever said
but there was just an issue.
Yeah, nobody said what it was. Now, I will say that they have a ventilation issue around guys, right? They do. They have a ventilation issue.
Yeah, a lot of the burger smoke just went right down the hallway into the back
of Tiffany's.
Yeah.
We were sitting there. Twice it happened. And the smoke from the grill. I mean, it wasn't just a little. Like, we're sitting there, and before you really realize that you're in smoke, you see it has gone past you and it's filled the room. And then you start noticing, you're looking around, oh, wow, okay, there's a lot of smoke.
And it smells a lot like burgers.
Yeah, so they definitely have a ventilation issue. The ship kind of cracked us up because it's tiny. Remember on the Mariner when I kept saying, oh my gosh, it just reminds me of the Oasis, but tiny. Well, this ship was just tiny. Everything was so little.
Yeah, 5 minutes you could walk from one end to the other.
I mean, he's not exaggerating much. A little bit. It was not long. It was amazing. I don't recall ever being on a ship that was that quick to get from one end to the other.
No.
Literally, and this is true, we could walk from one end to the other of this ship. In comparison, on most of the other ships that we go on, it would have been maybe getting us to midship. Right?
Yeah.
You did not get your steps in. Do not think you're getting your steps in if you're on the Elation. No. It's a very small ship. What else? What about the ports?
Ports were...
You've never been to Amber Cove.
No, I've never been to Amber Cove.
We didn't do anything. We just went into port though. We should have done something since he's never been there, but we didn't.
It's a nice port.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably a lot to do in there. We just didn't do it.
No, he saw the zip lines. I think he
Looked
saw.
like that would have been fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he wanted to do that. You should have done that. I mean, I can't do zip lines because of the stopping. It's too jarring on my neck. But he could do it because his only issue really is his knee, and he can do that. You should have done it. Well, he'll have to do that next time we go to Amber Cove, which means, I mean, right now we don't have a Carnival cruise planned. Our anniversary cruise is in March, and we're going on Princess. So I'll have to look. Maybe for our 20th anniversary, I can buy him a zip line ride.
Oh, you're gonna buy me a zip line, huh?
Ride.
Wow, you're making some good money.
I added ride. But we did go in. Oh, he rode one of the bikes. You know, what are they called? The pedal bikes. Yeah, he was pulled.
Pedal taxi.
Yeah, the bike taxi. He got in one. He feels bad. He felt bad like I did the first time. The first time I rode one was at Amber Cove, and he didn't like it. I mean, he liked it. You like it, but you feel guilty.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it was good. It was good because that's a long dock.
That is pretty.
It's a long pier. It's a long walk. It was hot, wasn't it?
It's very hot.
This trip was hot. Not in a good way. Like blistering hot. And on the pier when you're walking in, there's no shade. We were so exhausted that day. We came back. I never take a nap. He can. I don't. We came back and we both fell asleep. I think we were asleep for off and on for like a couple hours.
Probably.
It was exhausting. Just being in the sun, it was exhausting. Hey, our kitty cat is happy to see us. Oh, look how happy he is. Wow. He's so happy. He missed us. Oh.
Yeah, that's why he's cleaning himself.
So what else? The group went well. Went well. I think everybody had a good trip for the most part.
Yeah, I think so.
And we got a couple of group pictures. Neither one had the entire group either time. There's always somebody missing. Like I think 4 people on one were missing and 6 people were missing on another. So, did anything? Oh, the chef's table. Oh, what did you think of the chef's table, Doug?
A lot of food that I don't normally eat, but I decided to try it all. Some of it was good, some of it was bearable.
Adventurous eater.
Which I am not normally.
This is a man who, before I married him 20 years ago, almost, all he ate was like hamburger or steak and potatoes and corn. That's about it, really.
I'm a Midwestern guy.
Midwestern guy. And I'm a Californian. Yeah. I don't know if that's like peanut butter and chocolate. That goes together. I don't know about Midwestern and California.
Well, it's worked for almost 20 years. So.
Yeah, that's true. So he opened his mind. So what did you think of the food?
My mind was empty.
So what did you think? I mean, I know you opened your mind and you ate it. And
like I say, some of it was...
Was there something that stuck out in your mind that you ate that you thought you never would? That was okay or good?
Well, I ate 2 kinds of fish, which I never eat fish, so...
I did too. I don't like salmon. And I tried it. And Doug kept trying to get me to eat more. It's like, eat it, it's good.
I thought it was pretty good.
The sea bass was good, but here was my issue with the sea bass. Okay, it was poached in olive oil, and you could taste it, and that part was good. I could imagine it being poached in the olive oil and just adding a little salt and pepper, it would have been really good. But there were portions of mine that were really, really soft. The really soft portions, I did not like at all. If it was nice and firm and cooked, I thought it was very tasty. Really good.
Mine was pretty good all the way through.
I would get sea bass again. I would get sea bass.
I don't know if I could eat a whole big portion since we were getting small portions. But
I could if it was cooked well. I could. They didn't have any lobster. We had no lobster night. The demographics on board were a lot of kids, and then actually I think it was a pretty good mix of ages.
yeah, it was pretty mixed.
Yeah, families, couples, older, younger, middle. It was a pretty good mixture.
There was a family reunion on there. Must have had
Well,
40 people on it.
there were a couple because we had a cocktail party, and in the cocktail party were other groups, and I would say there was a couple: the people wearing white and the people wearing blue.
Yeah,
There were 2 family reunions.
huge.
They said there was, I think they said there was 2,100 people guests on board, which means we were selling full. I guess that's it. I can't think of anything else that's really sticking out in my mind. We did Faster to the Fun. We didn't really take advantage of the priority check. Well, I guess we did. We bypassed. No, there was no
We went
line.
right in.
But
Really, there wasn't any major lines.
Yeah, we got there at 11:45, something like that.
Something like that.
And there was really no line. So I'm not sure it benefited us at that
There
time.
was a small line, but we went straight to the thing, so we might have saved 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay. Debarking. Well, our cabins were ready. So that was a plus because they definitely were not ready for everybody else.
True.
Yeah, so that was nice. We were able to get back there. We were able to start our cabin crawl and get everything done before muster drill because we had Faster to the Fun. So that was good. Everybody's luggage seemed to get there before
Reasonable
dinner.
time.
Yeah. And debarking with Faster the Fun worked.
It worked well.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time we have checked our luggage. But we did because my parents needed to check theirs, so we wanted to stick with them. And it worked well. If you weren't checking your luggage, if you were self-assisting, which we normally would, you get off at 7 a.m. Which I think, honestly, in the future, if we have Faster Than Fun, I think we would probably check our luggage.
Yeah, really, it wasn't bad at all.
Because it was relaxing. We went and had breakfast, which, it's funny. We went to breakfast, and out of that whole restaurant, 2 people from our group sat next to us. So I ended up not eating, really. I talked. Imagine that. And then we were led right off at 8:45 like we were supposed to be. So that worked out fine.
And we bypassed the other line.
Well, first, we were able to find our luggage easily. They do keep it separate for Faster to the Fun. So I know I had people asking me, because since we don't normally check our luggage, I didn't know. But they do have zones specifically for Faster to the Fun. And it was only 5 zones. So it's easy to find your luggage. And nowadays, and I don't know when they started doing this, but they have the Porter line, the Express line. Actually, they've always done that, haven't they?
I don't know. I've never paid attention.
Back when we used to do porters to get off the ship, I think I don't remember getting in the big line with everybody. I think we would always get into a separate line with them. At any rate, they have a porter only line. So always get a porter, especially if you get down there to customs and there is a lot of people and you have to snake through that line. Go to the porter, get a porter. They have a porter only line. There was nobody. This many people, this many porters. That's how many porters were in front of us.
And 1 or 2 came up behind us.
Yes, a couple came up behind us, but we were the first ones in. Nobody in line. We went straight through customs. Show them your passport and go. So that was, get a porter. It's worth it. Pay them a couple bucks per luggage, per piece of luggage. And if you have a whole lot, give them $1 per piece. Give them at least $10, I say. Maybe you say more. What else? Anything?
Not right offhand.
I mean, I gotta say, the ship's old. It's ready to either be taken out of service or, and I don't know, people might hate me saying that. They may not agree with me, and that's fine. It's just my opinion. I think it's ready. I think it's close. It's almost time to either be taken out of service or to be, revamped, reimagined like they did Destiny and Triumph. I think there's one other. But anyway, you get my point. It's time to completely redo them, add to the ship, stretch them, just completely redo them. It's time. It is time. Carnival, do you hear me? Like they hear me. Oh, it's time. It's an old ship. And, you feel a lot of rocking on this ship.
Yeah, first couple of days wasn't too bad, but after that...
But you felt it.
Yeah, you felt
From the start, you felt it. As soon as we started moving, you felt it. It wasn't bad, but you felt it. But the last, 3 days? Yeah, as soon as we got to the ports. It was a lot.
It would roll back and forth.
It was a lot. I think the cruise director. I do not remember his name. I'm sure I'll find it and put it here. He was great. And I got some footage of him from last night. He could get those people just, wow. Wow. If I didn't I don't know if I got the footage on my GoPro. Hopefully I did and you've seen it. It's amazing. He'd have the whole... How many decks were in the atrium where you could actually be involved? Like 4, 5 decks?
Something like that, yeah.
All the way around, they'd be filled. And people would just be singing together these songs. And, or screaming and yelling. They'd make teams and do things. And at one point at the end, the last thing he did last night was he had everybody take out their phones and put the 71,000 tons.
Mm-hmm.
70, yeah, definitely the smallest ship we've ever been on. 71, it's almost 72,000. Wow. Now check what the Magic and Wonder are, because I think they're the smallest ships we've been on otherwise.
Disney?
Disney, yeah. So I think, no, he had everybody take out their cameras and turn on the flashlight, the light. And everybody's saying, I don't even remember what song. Do you remember what song that last one was? I don't remember. I have video.
Oh. Journeys.
Yeah.
Was it Open Arms or Faithfully or one of them?
It was a Journey song. And everybody had their flashlights. We're waving them in the air and singing. The whole ship was singing. It was cool. I liked it. He was a good cruise director. I would say go on Elation just so you can cruise with this cruise director, because he was great. He was full of energy. He was funny. He did this one thing where he asked for the largest guy in the crowd, strongest, big guy. And so they did like a contest of people screaming for which one they wanted. And the guy that won, he took him across one side of the bar and he had him put his legs open and put his hands up and open. And he said, now stay there and don't move. And then he started running around the bar and he told the DJ to start playing the music. And what's the name of that song? What's the name of the movie?
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. The song that when she jumps in Swayze's arms.
Time of Our Lives.
Yeah, Time of Our Lives. So he starts going really fast. He's coming around. He gets to the other side of the bar and he's doing the stretches and stretching his legs. And just as the song gets going, he just takes off running. And he runs and he jumps in the guy's arms. Oh my gosh, it was great. It was so funny. He had that place rocking Everybody was laughing so hard. Yeah, it was good. He even had the whole ship hugging each other. Well, I say the whole ship, but I mean the whole atrium filled with people hugging strangers. Everybody was hugging because he told them to. I'm trying to videotape. Guys, I'm trying to videotape. Why are you hugging me? Stop hugging me. I'm trying to videotape. You're going to be hugged. You're standing here. You're going to be hugged. It was a lot of fun. Doug's trying to find the tonnage of one of the ships. Look at the shadow. Look at the shadow cat. Okay, so we're done talking. I kicked Doug out. No, he had to leave. He had to leave. That's all I've got. That's what we think of the ship. Would we sell it again? I don't know, honestly. Just being honest. I will take any cruise at the right price. That's what I'll say. I would never turn down a cruise. I love cruising. Oh, I will say this. If I did cruise it again, I would get a ocean view. So the ocean view cabin, and if you haven't seen the cabin tours that I did, then take a look at them. The ocean view cabin, hopefully I'll remember and I'll link it right here. It's like Christine, yoo-hoo, pay attention. Link the cabin tours right here. The ocean view cabin tour right there. Okay. So I would get an ocean view over a balcony on this particular ship. So you heard it here. Get the ocean view. The balcony cabin's very small. The ocean view seemed larger. And it's got a very nice large window. Yeah. And quite frankly, I didn't spend a lot of time on the balcony on this ship. It was very windy, and the balcony... You know, I keep saying it felt unsafe to me, and everybody laughs at me, but it did. So I would get an ocean view. I would do it again for the right price. Yes, I would. I miss not having a specialty restaurant. Yeah, but it was good. It was good. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, then consider subscribing. I would appreciate it. I go on MSC Meraviglia in about 38 days. And so you don't want to miss that. So, subscribe, click the bell. You won't miss it when I upload it. And I thank you. I thank you very much. And Doug thanks you. And Doug is sorry that he didn't say goodbye. Because, we always need to hear Doug say, goodbye, Doug. There, I said it for him. If you ever decide that you want to join one of our group cruises, let me know. Or if you just need to book a cruise and would like, some help, let me know. I can do all that for you. Until then, bye.